Hey actors, don't over-prepare. I know that's a weird that's a weird thing to say, right? Well, hang in there and I'll get around to telling you why. Hey you guys, Jan Anderson here, voice actor in Salem, Oregon. And today I wanted to talk to you about, well, a difference between stage and on-screen acting, or on-camera acting, I guess, and voice acting. You know, actors, most actors want to be fully prepared or as prepared as they can be before getting on set or getting to the stage. You want to be off book most of the time or as close to it as possible. Well, for voiceover, it can be a little bit different. For directed sessions anyway, that's what I'm talking about. When you go into a directed session, a lot of times over preparing can make you undirectable because you've made a choice, you've made an acting choice, you're locked into it, you're dedicated to it, you have, you've studied your lines over and over and over again. And if a director wants you to change things up, change up your performance in one way or another, oh God, it can be like trying to drive out of a dirt road that has grooves into it, that has tracks. It's like, you can't get out of it. You're in a rut. That's what it is. You're in a rut. So, so here's what I do. When I get a script and I'm hired for a job and it's going to be a directed session, which I love, by the way. I love working with directors. Most of the time, about 95% of the time, there's the other 5% that can be a little non-actor friendly. But anyway, most of the time it's great because you get to create together. You can flex your acting muscles in a way that you can't when you're self-directing. Usually, you read over the script, you look at the specs and the whatever direction you've written out, and you're on your own. Of course, I if I have questions, I will ask them, believe me. But then it's pretty much up to us, and hopefully we hit the nail on the head, But in a directed session, you get to work with somebody, and it's fantastic, and you get to build a rapport, and there's nothing bad about it. I love it. But what I do is when I'm given a script, I'll look it over a couple times. I will highlight any areas or any terms that are tripping me up, any tricky phrases or words that I don't quite know the pronunciation of. I'll study those ahead of time, and then I'll leave it alone. Excuse me. And then shortly before the session, I'll look it over a couple more times, just briefly. I'm not gonna get into reading it out loud too much. Ooh. There's a lawnmower. Hey, we're getting back into lawnmower and leaf blower season. Isn't that great? Anyway, I digress. So keep yourself directable by not over-preparing. Even if it's a client that you've worked with before, you've built that rapport, you pretty much know going in what it's going to be like. Don't count on it. Scripts can change. The direction can change before you even get on the directed call with them. Here's an example. Here's something that happened to me personally. I had been working through an agent of mine in London, England. I was hired to work with BMW from Germany, luxury car company. Fantastic. Don't get too excited. It wasn't commercials. It was employee training. Still a great gig, paid well, and really nice people. And so I was on a call. It was always a directed session, and I knew these guys. There were usually 3 or 4 of them on that end, plus a representative from my agency in London, England, and me. And I had gone through several of these sessions before, so I was like, yeah, I know what this is all about, I didn't study my script much, because I like to be loose. You want to stay loose. Well, the thing was with this one, I didn't know some of the new specifications. I went in for my first read, and the director from Germany, from BMW, said, "Ah, yes, Jan, yes, you're sounding very good today. Yes, you're sounding wonderful. But we're going to need you to slow down, please." Okay, sure, no problem. So I launch back into the script. I invite people to interrupt me if I'm not hitting it right. So he took advantage of that, and he interrupted me. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, Jan. Yes. I'm sorry, but yes, you need to slow down further, please. Please slow down. Okay. Sure. I'll do that. Okay. So now it's starting to feel a little unnatural. So I start going again, and he goes, Jan, you're almost there. Just slow down another 40%. Really? Oh, damn. Okay. Of course, I'm not saying this out loud, but the wheels are turning, and I'm like, oh God, okay. All right, here we go. Well, now it's really uncomfortable, and it's so far off my normal speech pattern that I start tripping over words and phrases, and it's just, I just feel, fortunately, we weren't on video. I was sweating bullets. I was like, oh my God, this is so hard. It was just because I was thrown off. I thought I was, on my A game, but no. I was being redirected in a way that I was not prepared for, and it threw me enough to make me feel like I was, a total amateur. But we got through it. I mean, they were totally happy. The session went fine. It was only like 15 or 20 minutes to get through this whole thing, but it felt like an eternity. And by the time we ended the call, I hung up, and I was just like, oh my God, what have I just had? What? So it was, anyway, I was cocky. I thought I was, going to be hot shit going in there, and hey, BMW, I'm your guy. No. Fortunately, like I said, everything was fine. They didn't even know that I was sweating bullets, but I knew. But I kept my composure. That's another little lesson here. Keep your composure. Don't sigh or go, oh my God, really? It wasn't like this before. Whoa, what are you guys doing to me? No, don't. Be a professional and get through it. And because you want to keep your clients, even if, things go a little haywire. They didn't mean to, they weren't jerks or anything. They just had a different approach to how they wanted this video to feel. And so I just had to roll with it. Be the vessel, actor. You are the vessel. Let's see. I guess that's it. So that's the whole message for today. When you go into a directed session, stay loose. Don't over prepare so that you can be more directable. You're more flexible. Even if you think you know what the session is going to be like, because the script can change. The direction can change. No matter what they told you ahead of time, just be flexible. Okay? That's it for now. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber yet, I hope that you'll click that button. Please leave a comment. Have you had a similar experience? Anything like that or anything else? Leave it in the comments below, and I'll look forward to reading them. Okay? Anyway, I'll see you next time. Thanks again. Take care.